Welcome back. So today we're going to do a little bit of swatching of some acrylics that I have been neglecting to swatch. Mostly because I was waiting for these brushes to come from Amazon. Now, I bought these brushes. They were $6 for 4 brushes. So obviously the quality is probably not going to be the best for these brushes, but I didn't buy them mostly for the quality. I bought them mostly because I wanted to try some different size brushes. So this pack comes with an 8, a 10, a 12, and a 14. And I want to buy some new brushes, but I wanted to check out what each size was like before I did. So I bought these for $6.99, knowing that they're probably not the best brush and they're probably not going to last very long. But it is what it is. The whole point was to have something that I could practice with the different sizes of brushes before I bought a more expensive brush. And this brush right here had a wild hair, so I trimmed it off. Anyway, so I did try each and every one of these brushes except for the number 8, because I already have a number 8, which is my main brush that I use when I do acrylic, so I didn't need to worry about that. I wanted to try the 10, the 12, and the 14. So first of all, I started out with the 14. And I ever so gently work my way down to the 12 and then the 10. So I will say that the 14 from this set is my favorite, although I can't say that these brushes are going to last any time because they were already acting funny by the time I got done swatching. You'll see some of the swatches towards the end, the ones in the cups that I made myself, which were glitters. And y'all, this top suctioned on. Anyway, the glitters, I wound up having to add some more clear acrylic to them because I think I had too much glitter and not enough acrylic. But I will be fixing those after I do the swatching. Some of them I actually showed where I was adding more acrylic to them. Because as you will see, they were just not cooperating with me. And I think part of it was not enough acrylic in the glitters. And the second problem was that the brush itself didn't want to pick stuff up correctly. But you live and you learn. The whole point of getting these brushes was just to practice with and see which size that I really liked. And it did just that, so it served my purpose. When I go to buy another brush, I'm probably going to be buying a size 14. Because I did really like how this size 14 handled, even though the quality of these brushes just isn't there. So I'm going to let you listen to some music while I do these swatches. I hope you enjoy them. So now I'm moving on to the number 12 size brush, and I'm going to be doing a black from Kiara Sky called Black on Black, and then I am doing these other two are from Royalty Nail Supply. And y'all, I am doing a little bit of acrylic chasing. My house is really cold, so the acrylic just wasn't cooperating as much as it probably normally would have in warmer weather. But that's okay. And if y'all made it this far, thank you so very much. And if you would, leave me a little doggy emoji so that I know you've been here. So now we're going to go in with the first part of the Model 1s. Now, I could not for the life of me get these little covers off of them, so I had to use a pair of tweezers. Yeah, the struggle with long nails is real sometimes. I am also going to be using the size 10 brush with these. Again, just to try it out for size and see how it handles. I will say these Model 1s, of course, everybody knows that white tends to be chalky with a lot of brands, and this one most certainly was chalky. I couldn't seem to get it all out of the brush no matter how hard I tried. It wasn't terrible to work with, but I couldn't get it out of the brush. It took me a minute to get it all cleaned out of the brush after I was finished with this one. Yeah, it's alright. It happens, I guess. So I noticed after I did this swatch that some of the colors for Model 1s really were drying super slow. Even too slowly for as cold as it is. They just didn't seem to get hard very quick. I don't know what's up with that. The colors are absolutely beautiful though, if you have time to sit and wait for the colors to actually dry. Here lies the problem, this black. I have had problems with other blacks doing this as well. I had one from Savvyland that just never dried. It was a set I got on Amazon, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was something like Dark Black Star or something like that. I can't remember offhand. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, just whatever you do, this black never dries. Never totally dries. It just stays completely soft. So I wonder if there's a way to fix it. I don't know. Have you ever had this issue with a acrylic? If you have, let me know, and maybe if there's a way to fix it. If not, just throw it away. But this color is also another one that just really didn't want to completely come out of my brush. So after I did that swatch, I did wind up having to clean the brush and change my monomer because it was just ruined. And it could be also a problem with the quality of the brush, which was causing the black to not come out of the brush, and the white to also not to come out of the brush. So, but anyway, y'all, if you're looking for a decent acrylic brush, these definitely are not it. I would just move on and find something else that is a little better quality. But I have never actually had that happen with any other color but black. So we'll move on to these other colors. Now these other colors weren't bad. They did take quite a while to dry. I was a little worried about that cream color because it didn't seem to be drying as fast as I felt like it should be. But it did eventually dry. It just took way longer than most acrylics do. I don't know what's up with that. If you know, maybe you can clue me in. Now, do you see, I went back to that size 14 brush, and do you see it's already starting to look a little funky? Yeah, it's kind of weird. I figured these brushes might last a little bit longer than that, but I don't know. This brush just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I just don't know. But it's okay, because they were only for me to figure out what size I want to buy, and I didn't really have any long-term plans for these. I didn't figure they would last very long. And I will mention, while this color is absolutely gorgeous, it was marbling. And it didn't matter what I did, it was still marbling. So I was a little bit disappointed. And you see how that brush is starting to, the bristles are starting to separate? Yeah, that's kind of weird. At least I think it's kind of weird. And so I cleaned it off thinking there might be something in it. There wasn't anything in it. It's the brush is like the bristles are just trying to separate from each other. I don't know. By the time I got the swatches all done, that brush looked like a broom bristle. Like, I don't know, like the end of a broom. It was kind of just disturbing how quickly it just wasn't right. And here I went ahead and swatched these 4 colors, and for some reason I forgot to hit record while I was swatching them, but it's all good. These are beautiful colors anyway. And the last color, 153, I don't know what was up with that color, but no matter how dry or how wet I made my bead, that color literally was just running everywhere. Okay, so these glitter acrylics are ones that I've made, and you see that you see how frayed that brush looks already? I had to add more acrylic in them. They just weren't behaving the way they should. And these were just an experiment. These weren't ones that I had already tried to use yet. You see it just crumbling apart. I just did not have my glitter to powder ratio quite right. So I did wind up adding more acrylic to it, which I'm not sure if I showed or not. But when I did that, they did start acting better. But when I make a glitter acrylic, I really pack in that acrylic, I really pack in that glitter, and then I worry about how much acrylic to add later. I didn't show all the swatches that I was doing, but I do show you all the beautiful colors in the end. And for the most part, my glitter acrylics I was able to fix. Okay, so here's that black from Model 1s. Do you see it has been sitting for an hour and it's still not dry? I can just press into it with my finger. Yeah, there's something wrong with that acrylic. And then lastly, these are the acrylic glitters that I made. Now, I probably still will add more to it, more clear acrylic to it. And this is all the colors that I showed today. Which one is your favorite? Because my favorite is all of them.